everybody, it's Catherine from In the Pink Designs. Today my project is a treat box for Hershey's Santas. These come 6 in a pack. I think they were about $4.50. And I got mine at Target. The box itself measures 4 3/4 by 2 1/4 by 1/2. Alrighty. I used Santa's delivery stamp set just for the ho ho ho. I used the Santa's train dies just for the wreath. I cut 2 of the wreaths. And the stitched rectangle die I used for this paper, which is from Santa's Express DSP here. And this rectangle measures 3 1/8 by 1 3/4 if you don't have the rectangle stitched dies. And I use the Stylish Shapes dies for this tag here with the sentiment on it. Alrighty, before I show you what I'm using exactly, I wanted to do new drawings because I never heard, I gave them 2 weeks and I never heard from the winners of these 2 items. So I'm going to redraw them. Alrighty, so for the Bottled Happiness stamp set along with the double stitched ribbon that has the balmy blue in it, I'm going to pick Deborah Kenter. Okay, and then for the pencil case with the Stampin' Up! Pencils inside and the Hive embossing folder, Lisa Cloud. Alrighty, so those are the 2 new people. Please give me your addresses. And Dina, I know you won the other stamp set with the mice, and I will be sending them out. Alrighty, so again, Deborah Kenter for this, and Lisa Cloud for the embossing folder and the pencils. Alrighty. Okay, so what we need for this project is a piece of Poppy Parade that is 6 by 5 1/4, 2 pieces of this candy cane DSP from the Sweetest Christmas. I have a hard time saying that. DSP that are 2 1/8 by 3 7/8. I said before this is from Santa's Express DSP, and it is from the stitched rectangle dies, and it's 3 1/8 by 1 3/4. This is from the basic white from the Stylish Shapes dies, and then I cut out 2 of the wreaths from Santa's train dies, one from Shaded Spruce and one from Garden Green. Alrighty. Okie doke. So let's start my Simply Scored. I'm going to start on the 6-inch side, and we're going to score at 1/2, 2 3/4, 3 1/4, and 5 1/2. Turn it to the 5 1/4 inch side, and we're going to score at 1/2 and at 4 1/2. Alrighty, now I'm going to fold and burnish the score lines with my bone folder. Alright, so how we have this sitting is the skinny rectangles are on the left, the bottom, and the right. And there's a 3/4 inch strip on the top. And this is what we're going to do. Alright, so we're going to start on the bottom left. We're going to go to the first score line, cut it to the first score line, and then wedge each side of the square. Go to the next score line, cut it to the first score line, next score line, cut it to the first score line, and then wedge each side of the square. Okay, go to the next score line, cut it to the first score line, and then wedge up into the skinny rectangle, follow it up, and wedge a little bit off the top. Okay, and that's what your cardstock should look like after you're done scoring it and cutting it. Alright, I'm going to take some tear and tape, and I'm going to put it on the right hand skinny rectangle next to the score line. I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool to take the backing off. Then I'm going to flip over the side with the tape and flip the other side over here to meet it. Okie dokie. Now this is our back right here. So we're going to put the sides in and the back. And now I'm going to put a little bit of liquid glue on the back of the front one. I'm going to just make sure the sides are nice and straight. And hold it a minute. Now I'm going to put my DSP on. And again, this is the Sweetest Christmas DSP. And the size is 2 1/8 by 3 7/8. And they're going to go on the front and the back. Okay, now we'll let that dry a minute. And I'm going to pull in my silicone mat. And I'm going to get these 2 leaves that I cut using Santa's train dies. One is shaded spruce. I'm going to put that one in the back. And then I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the one that is garden green. Ooh, oh good. And straight up. All right. Just a little bit. Try to spread it around as much as possible. Okay. And then this one, the long, it's kind of lopsided. One side is longer than the other. So with the shaded spruce one, I'm going to put the long side up and down. And then with the, whoops, garden green, I'm going to put the garden green part long ways, the long side going this way. Oops, goodness gracious. All right. Okay. All right, now we'll let that dry and we'll do a little stamping. I'm going to get this label from the Stylish Shapes dies and some real red ink. And I'm using the Ho 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 die stamp from Santa's delivery stamp set. And I'm going to put it as close to the bottom as I can get it. All right, so we have our tag, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the tag down to 1 1/2 from the bottom. Okay. Alrighty. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go about 1/4 inch down from that and cut right in the middle. Okay. And then I'm going to go to the side. I'm just flagging the top basically. And then go from the side right to that cut. It doesn't have to be really even. It's just so that we can put the wreath on without the middle showing. All right, so then we're going to put our wreath on just like that. All right, so I'm just going to put some glue on the where we flagged it. Okay. Then I'm going to go, I'm going to go decide how I want my wreath, and I'm going to go from the bottom up so that none of the glue squirts out onto the Ho Ho Ho. So I just put it down a little lower and pull it up. Okay, and then there's our embellishment. Alright, so I'm just going to let that dry a little better. And I'm going to take my chocolate Santa, I'm going to put it in, and then I'm going to squeeze the top together, just like that. Okay, and I'm going to get my hole punch, not that one. My hole punch is, this one is an 1/8 inch. I think I saw them at Walmart. I'm going to pop holes right in the middle then I'm going to run some glittered organdy ribbon through the top. I'm going to go from the front to the back and then the back to the front. Okay, and I'm just going to trim off the ends. Alrighty, now I'm going to glue this right into the middle of the rectangle. Alright, and then I'm going to put dimensionals on it. And I'm going to put it right in the middle. I'm going to make it even on the bottom. So I'm going to put it towards the bottom and make sure it's an even border on the sides and the bottom. Okay. Alright. Now I need to tie a double bow with some linen thread. I'm just going to keep making it smaller and pulling it until I get it as small as I want it. And then I'm just going to cut off the bottom. Is that good? Oh, I need it a little bit smaller. That's good. I'll trim a little bit more off. Alright, and then I'm just going to glue it, whoops, nope, right to the bottom like that. Okay. Alright. Now I'm going to be using some Iridescent Rhinestone Basic Jewels. So I'm going to take the small ones and the sticky side of my Take Your Pick tool. And I'm going to be putting them right above here to take up the space in between the top of the rectangle and the top of the DSP. I'm just going to put 3 of them. Okay, and then I'm going to get some red rhinestone basic jewels. And I'm going to put 5 of them around. One there. There we go. Okay. And that's it. If you have any questions, my email is below. All of the measurements are on my blog, which is linked below, along with the link to my shop. And please subscribe and hit the like button. And I will see you next week. Have a great weekend. Bye.